Okay, hi, welcome. Today's session is the continuation to the yesterday's part, which is custom model creation. And as discussed yesterday, we covered the model folder structure and the custom route definition with the custom controller, block creation. We haven't covered this block creation by yesterday. Today, we are going to see this block creation. And admin form we have seen by yesterday, and the storing essential information for our site and permission part. These two things we can see by today webinar. Okay, and I have let me share my code also. Can you please put on mute Naveen and Abhishek? Noise is there. Sorry for that. Okay. This is the coding part. This is the working functionality available in this coding part. So as discussed yesterday, I have created on route, right? This is the route I have created, create task. When navigating create task, I'm able to see the route information. Let me share the Chrome also. Will you able to see this Chrome? Please use the chat box. Abhishek and Naveen, can you respond in the chat box? So this is the route I have created by yesterday, and once the user hit this URL, they will landed in this route pages. Basically, this route comes with our custom code. Okay, this is the demo page title. This is the markup we have written in the coding part. Okay, so this router we accessing the custom controller. This is the markup. Welcome to our website. This is the content we have displayed over there. So by using this controller, whatever you want, you can achieve through the custom route. Okay, then move on to the next part. This is the form, right? Drupal settings form. Yesterday, I have just explained about this module overview. Today, I want to show the demo. So custom admin form. Here we can set our essential information, right? For that purpose, I have added that form in the menu level configuration system under the custom admin configuration. We'll able to see like admin menu, I have created under system custom admin configuration. So custom admin configuration, we can see our data. It's getting loading. Wait for a few minutes. So that we can see this code. Yes, this custom admin form. I just opened the form code. This is secret key and the secret code. Those are the two fields we are captured by yesterday session. It's getting loading. Once we're able to see the Chrome browser actually. Naveen and Abhishek, if you are not able to see any screen, please let me know. Okay, so now it's showing that the Chrome browser, right? This is the route. I am just navigating system or custom form configuration, admin configuration. That is what the page is loading. So this is the page load in my local setup. That's why I'm not able to show the demo by yesterday. But okay, let's till then we can see the coding part. Okay. Okay. So we covered a controller and the form. Today we can talk about this block level. So whatever the information we can display it as a block, we can achieve it through the Drupal admin interface. That is the one possibility. And another possibility is through our custom module. programmatically we can render our block. Okay, so for that purpose, under the src folder we should create a plugin folder. Under that we have to create a block folder. Below that we should create our block file. So let me open this block file. Okay, so this is the custom block which is entering to the programmatically. Okay, so this is the part. I put it as a namespace, and the block space is the essential thing we need to include for our custom block rendering. This and all is optional. Let's clear this. No need this 3 points. Then these are the annotations. It's a mandatory for the Drupal core. Then only it will identify your block information and will display it in the block layout page. Okay, so these are the things well essential. Custom node block and your id and your admin label. This admin label and the category only will be displayed in the block page layout. Okay, these are things you need to make sure about it. Then we have created our class with the extended log base. Below that we have build function. In the build function, whatever we provide in the build function, that will render over there. Okay, as of now I have get all the nodes through this helper method. Okay, so node data will get all the node title through this helper method. Get nodes is my helper file. Within that I have a node title as a function. I just open that helper file. Here the node title function will fetch all the node information and bundle title and NID and return as the array to this block level variable. Okay, so node data will contain this information, title information and the NID information. That is what I have captured in the node data. The return array part, this is the return array. Within that I have mentioned the theme file, which means custom new nodes, and the cache max age I have set it as a no need to cache this block. Okay, so theme is going to be custom underscore new underscore nodes, and there is no cache for this block. And the report rows, this is the variable contains this node data. Okay, once we define like this, we should define our theme in .module file. Let me open the .module file. Here I have defined my hook underscore theme. Okay, so this is what the .module file will do. So here I have placed my hook underscore theme. Within the hook underscore theme, I have mentioned this key. This is what we have passed through our custom block codes. Okay, this is the programmatically will be passed. Once the theme key will pass to the .module, it will navigate to this area and it will get the variables through this line and refer this template custom -new -nodes. Whenever you mention this template, it will get that this particular template. Otherwise, by default, whatever you have passed this key with hyphen, it will take it automatically. I hope you understand what I'm saying. This template will get this get it from this line. If it is not mentioned, like this, it will get it automatically from this key with instead of underscore, it will take it as a hyphen. Okay, and this will check it in the templates folder. I have created a templates folder under this custom module. Okay, so this is the templates folder. Below to that, I have mentioned my custom new nodes as a HTML template pig file. Here, as I mentioned that in the helper file, this array contains all the title and the node NID information, right? That is what I have constructed here as a list, UL list element. Okay, so report rows. If it is a report rows, I pass it as in a for loop. So for each, I will construct as a li element. Within li element, I paused as a node title here. I constructed the href element here. Okay, that is what written through this this pig file. So bundled together, we wired up helper file and block file and templates with module theme. We give it to the Drupal core. Okay, once we have done those things, it will come to the Drupal core block layout. Custom admin settings. Okay, this one. Okay, so let me navigate to the open it in another page so that you'll be able to see. And let me open another folder, this home page. Okay, till page load we can see other codes also. Okay, so this is what the code will do. So you need to take care of this src plugin folder. This block annotation will be need to take care of. Otherwise, your plugin won't be available in the Drupal block page layout page. Okay. So also I have enabled the permission also. Let me check that till the page is loading. Okay, and let me open the dot module, and below to this hook underscore theme, I have defined a hook underscore block level access. Yesterday, Abhishek raised one concern regarding the block level access for the anonymous user. You need to control, right? This piece of codes will take care those functionality. Here I defined hook underscore block underscore access, which is custom due to this block access. So block access level we can control here. These are the one way. We have a multiple way we can do. So the module dot route information itself we can mention like that. Otherwise, I have referred another article in that they talked about block access level. We can define a permission.yml file so that we can achieve. Okay, there are many possibilities to handle this kind of permission level functionality. Okay, within that, these are the one of the way we can achieve. So hook underscore block underscore access. These are the argument we need to pass. Account interface we need to pass it as a use statement. Okay, so some of the use statements I haven't used. These are things I have used. Block I have used. Form interface we have used in the existing code I have copied, so that unnecessary some of the use statement I have included here. So account interface we need to make sure to include in the top of the file. Then only we can get that. Okay. So these are the three arguments we need to pass it. This is the syntax for the hook underscore block underscore access. Within that function, we have an operation view function. In the view mode, we are checking like that custom new node block, which is my block I have created on block through programmatically, right? That provide us a machine name like this custom node new block. This custom node new block we can get it. The page is open. Let me share this one browser. I just open the block layout. Already I have enabled that block. So let me mouse over this reason node block. So in the bottom left, you can see the anchor tag information, right? Here you can see the anchor tag information. There you can see the machine name of the block. Okay, custom new node block. admin slash structure block manage custom node block, right? That is what I have mentioned it in this code. So this is how the controller will come over here. Here I'm checking the roles, current user roles. I will get it from here. If it is anonymous user, I restricted this block. So if it is other than that anonymous, we are showing this block. Okay, that is what this code will do. Likewise, if you want to control page level and user level and role level, whatever you want, you can do through this hook. Here I have controlled only for the anonymous user role. Okay, this is how you can control in the hook. Let me open the full those Chrome. So this is what the home page here I have enabled. Be able to see this, I have highlighted this block. This is the reason node block I have constructed through this programmatically. Okay. So here I have listed all the nodes. When I click on the node, let me open in the new tab. I can able to see the node. For the demo purpose, I am showing this reason node blocks. Top node will come over here. I am just opening this node, right? This is how you can construct the block as per your requirement. I hope you are clear on this. The same way, let me open it then incognito mode so that we can see the anonymous user, how the page will look like. Yeah, here it is. Sorry. Let me share again. Yeah, will you able to see this create task is available for the anonymous user, but left column, left sidebar, the anonymous user not able to see the block. That is what the code will control. This is what yesterday Abhishek raised the on query. I hope you're clear on this. As discussed, I have covered. Let me share the slides. I have covered this block creation and this one permission level creation, and about this controller level. Wait, this controller level page theming also you can do like this. In the controller part, you are return the array, right? Let me share the code. Sorry. In a controller part, you have written the array, right? So here you can mention like this dot theme, how we have used our block. That is how we can return our controller route. We can pass it from this function. Okay. Once you have return this theme, we need to define it in a custom module file under the hook underscore theme. Or if you have you need to pass a variable like this, you can do. Otherwise, you can do with your click file itself. Okay. So I have covered all the topics. I think we are clear on this part. Please raise your question if you have anything. Let me stop recording. Then we can move on question session. Sorry.